Hi, I'm Sarah. This video is for my Teaching Learning Strategies course through the University of Florida. I'm currently working on my master's in special education. I am going to be a second year special education teacher, and I have previous to this been a one-on-one aide, a substitute teacher, so I've been in education for a little while. I'm just now finally honing in on my specialties and developing more on my skills. Within this video, I'm going to be focusing on SRSD, or self-regulated strategy development, specifically the POW-TREE strategy. Now, the POW-TREE strategy is a writing strategy that can be used with students to help them organize their thoughts and assist with topic development and just organizing overall. With any SRSD strategy, you start with developing your background knowledge. This could be through pre-tests or having conversations with your students, getting an idea of where they are in those writing skills. After you've been able to develop your baseline, then you move on to discussion, talking to them about why this strategy is important. What is so important about being able to write in a clear and organized manner? Have them give you some ideas as to why it's important. Giving them the buy-in to assist with that engagement and the motivation to be able to even stick with the strategy that you're trying to implement. After you have that buy-in conversation, you go into modeling. This is where you put up on your overhead, on your whiteboard, on your chalkboard, whatever it is that you use. If you have a small group, you can put it on a mini whiteboard like I have, so that way they can visually see you walk through this process. Now, with the modeling of POW and tree, I even have my own little graphic organizer. I made it. It was super quick. The thing that I love about teachers is that they are understanding and willing to share their ideas with others. I'm a huge proponent of Teachers Pay Teachers and Pinterest, because who doesn't love Pinterest? So as you have your POW-TREE strategy, you speak to them in a think aloud sort of manner. So you go through P. All right, so I need to pick my idea. So I want to write about this. Okay, I have decided this is what I'm going to write about. Then I move on to O, which is organizing my notes. So I've picked my idea and I'm doing research and what is it that's going on with this idea. And I have all of my sources and my sites and my evidence. And I'm organizing it in a complete way. And the specific way of how you organize is actually going to be up to you and how you have worked with your students on how you organize, or you can have a separate strategy instruction on how you would organize these notes. After we have those organized, then we move on to W, which is writing about it and saying more. And when you're going into the writing part, then you switch over to the tree. Okay, so I have my idea, I have my organized notes, I need to write this thing. So first I need to start with a topic. What is it that I believe? What is it that I feel about this topic? And then I move on to my reasons. So again, why do I feel this way about it? Why do I agree with it? Why do I disagree with it? And then I try to have at least 3. So I feel about it this way because of reason A, and I feel about it this way because of reason B, and I feel about it this way because of reason C. At the very least, always try to encourage that your students have a minimum of 3 points to their reasons. After I have So I started with my topic. Okay, cool. I have my reasons, and that should be about it, right? And then that's usually when your students will go, no, that's not it. Or they might go, yep, that's it. Day's done, case closed. I go, no, we need to put an ending to this thing. We need to be able to sum up everything that we have said in the previous part of our paper. Okay, so I feel this way about this subject, and I feel about that way because of A, B, and C. To conclude, my reasoning is correct because of A, B, and C, and having it tied up into a little bow of a summary of your ending. And after you complete with that, all right, now we go on to examining. Do I have everything? As I'm reading through what I've written, is there anything that just doesn't flow right? Does it not fit right? Am I missing something? Is one of my reasons, do they not have enough support? Am I just saying, oh, I like it that way because I like it that way? I need to be able to look through my paper and look through what it is that I'm writing and might see any gaps or holes that this may have. And that's what that examine would help us do. After we've modeled, then we move into the memorization, where all of our students start to go through the process as well. You walk through them picking their idea and organizing their notes and writing it out through the tree fashion. I would recommend doing more of a controlled practice, kind of guiding them through, doing some scaffolding, not necessarily just saying, all right, that's how I do it, here you go. That's not going to help them out very much. So after you've had those times where you are walking them through and assisting them on how to implement this strategy, I would encourage on supporting it. If they're still might be struggling, or it's just additional tools that you can give to them that they can use, like a graphic organizer. You can even give them one of these while you're going through the supporting phase, so that way they can write out what is their topic, what is the reasons, and so that way they have it already organized, which is part of organizing your notes, prior to even putting a pencil to paper or finger to keyboard. I would encourage some thought on when to give them that graphic organizer. There are some kids that need it so that because they have that tactile, that ability to interact with what it is that they are seeing you do. Okay, that's great. I'm hearing it, I'm seeing it, but I also kind of need to like feel it out as well. Or I have, with my own son who has ADHD, this would become a distraction from him listening to the instructor on going through that strategy. So it would become more of a barrier for him if he were to give that receive that graphic organizer prior to the strategy. So I would just encourage that you read the room, get to know your students, see and understand what their barriers are, and be able to provide them the materials to overcome that. And then you establish that independent practice. Okay, we've gone through the POW, we've gone through the tree, you guys have practiced it, you guys have your graphic organizers, now let's put it to work and see how you, on your own, have been able to do this. And then you also start incorporating the strategy into future assignments that are outside of this specific practice. So you could be doing a social studies lesson a couple weeks after you've established that independent practice, and you say, all right, here's your POW-TREE graphic organizer. They should already know what to do at that point. But of course, with an SRSD strategy, you can go back to any of these levels or any of these phases at any point. This is especially helpful for the students that maybe need that little bit of extra time or might need that reminder. So like with my son, like I said, with the ADHD, he also has executive function disorder. He needs some reminders to get his brain going and going, oh yeah, we did learn about that, and now I remember what to do. So that's one thing that I really love about this strategy of, yeah, we can do this over here, and then it sparks and they run off in that beautiful light bulb moment. So I'm going to be bringing in my son here momentarily, and we're going to kind of do a small walkthrough on the POW-TREE and how I would interact with a student if it was a one-on-one situation with this strategy. Say hi, Peter. Thank you so much for assisting me on this strategy today. So first, I want to talk a little bit about writing. How well are you at your writing? Okay, all right. Why is it important to write well?
So that when you write, you can be able to, like, so people can read what you're writing, and if you don't write well, then they can't be able to read it, and
they can't
get grades.
You don't get good grades. Yeah, it does help with good grades. What's important about, let's say, outside of school, and someone reads something that you wrote? It could even be something that you type up. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to do with your handwriting. Why is it important that they understand what it is that you're trying to say in what you're writing?
So that if you're trying to say something that, like, if they're a meanie poo,
if they're a meanie poo, okay.
Then if you spell meanie poo wrong, then they won't be able to know if they're a meanie poo or not.
So what I'm hearing you say is if you're trying to express to someone your feelings about them and you do not communicate that feeling correctly, then they will not be able to know or understand what it is you're trying to tell them.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. Okay, all right, yeah, sure, that's what you're saying. Okay, all right. So then so you think you also agree that it's important to be able to write and to write well. Okay. So this strategy called POW-TREE. So how do you spell POW?
P-O-W.
P-O-W.
Which is the
P. And an O. And a W. Yes. Like we have right here. P-O-W. So what is it? So what I got to do first is pick my idea. So I got to think of an idea to write about. Can you help? Give me an idea for an idea.
How about, like, of what idea you're gonna do? Like, write about what the idea you want to do. Like, make a list.
Can you give me a top? Can you give me like what? Give me a person, place, or thing for my idea.
How about New York?
New York.
Where we're going to?
Yes, yeah. we are going to New York.
In about one day.
In about one day.
Well, tomorrow.
So, New York. And, all right, I do like New York. That's true.
The favorite part of my thing of New York is probably Dylan's candy bar.
Dylan's candy bar? You haven't even been there, so how do you know what your favorite part's going to be? Well, okay.
Because I've seen videos and And the walls are candy, ceiling candy, and
Did I tell you
floor
what?
candy.
We'll make that our idea. We'll make our idea about how, even though we've not been there, Dylan's Candy Bar is the best part of New York City. All right, cool. That's our idea. I like it. So organize. Got to organize notes. So you said that there's videos on it. Okay, so we can kind of go through and we can reference to those videos as we write about it. What are some other ways? I could get information about Dylan's Candy Bar? Do you think that they would have a web? I think they would have a website, right?
Yeah, I think they have.
Okay. All right. Do you think because the owner is the daughter of Ralph Lauren that there might be like some news articles about it? Do you think maybe? Or maybe like blogs or articles?
Well, there are a lot of bloggers in New York City.
There are a lot of bloggers in New York City, yes. That's very true. So then what I would need to do is I would need to go through the videos, I need to go through the articles, I need to go through the website.
You need to go through everything.
I need to go through everything and get my information and compile it all together.
Yeah.
All right. So I got my idea and then I got my information. So then I got to write about it. Okay. I know that's a tough part for you. So then I would move on to my handy dandy little sheet here. Okay, so I already know what my idea is. I already have all my thoughts organized. Now I got to write this thing out. So my topic. What was my topic again?
Wait, I like how it spells tree.
It spells
and speaking of tree, it has a picture.
It's got a picture of one on the bottom. Yes. And you know what? Having it spell tree will help me remember what process I need to go through. So T in the tree for
it's
topic. Okay. And we discussed that our topic is going to be New York City and the Dylan's Candy Bar. Okay, and why we think that Dylan's Candy Bar is the best thing in New York City, even though we haven't gone to it yet. All right, So what are our reasons? Now, I want to make sure that I have at least 3 reasons, okay? Or more, exactly. Because just one reason, it's not really good enough. 2 it's okay, but 3 is where it's at, right? Right.
But if you get 5 reasons,
if you get 5, then you're just shooting for the stars, then, huh?
But if you are a very quick writer and very neat ones, you can maybe even get about 15?
15? Maybe, depending on the amount of resources I can find and what all my reasons are for liking it. Sky's the limit. Absolutely. Okay. So I've got my reasons. So off the top of your head, what are 3 reasons as to why you like or have the idea of liking Dylan's Candy Bar? I heard you say the candy in the walls and the floor.
So
there's that. What's the second one?
The second one would probably be that it has all different kinds of candy, and especially my favorite one, which is the chocolate bar, just made out of chocolate, and it's just about this big and about this wide. Okay,
so that's reason 1 is because it has candy actually in the store, like the floor and the ceiling and the walls. Second is because it has a lot of different kinds of candy. Yes. I would think that a lot of people, no matter what kind of candy they liked, would be able to find something there.
Wait, right? Speaking of Dylan's Candy Bar,
yes,
isn't there a candy place for Harry Potter too?
There might be, but we also need to be careful that we don't
just
start veering off. Stuff. Yeah, exactly. Because right in this paper. What we're doing, we're thinking about Dylan's Candy Bar. So you're absolutely right. The Harry Potter store probably has some candy too.
The Harry Potter store the candy Harry Potter store might be inside of Dylan's Candy Bar, like a whole
That's true, considering they have, because of our second reason of them having so much candy there. Yeah. Okay, so what's a third reason? So
speaking of the candy of the Harry Potter.
Speaking of the candy of the Harry Potter, he's gonna, yes. They probably have some love potion over there. You're absolutely right.
But never buy it.
It's not that great. All right. We are getting off topic here, sir.
Well, at least
we need to get back to where we're going. We're at Dylan's Candy Bar. We have two reasons so far. What's a third reason as to why Dylan's Candy Bar would be the best thing in New York City?
That all there is sugar.
I think that would kind of be included with they have a lot of different kinds of candy.
My favorite part is probably when they have like sticks about that long.
Mm-hmm. Would that considered be different kinds of candy though?
Yeah, but there's only like certain kinds in there, and there may not be like banana stuff in the candy section. And there's also orange.
Well, that would be something we would have to research. You know what what I would say was my third favorite thing about Dylan's Candy Bar is they have a restaurant on the top floor. They do have a restaurant on the top floor.
I did know
and
that
they have a candy pizza that you can put different toppings on.
Arizona, I've made it.
You made a candy pizza before?
Yeah. It had so much gummy bears.
So many gummy bears. Well, cool. All right. So, our three reasons. It's got candy and in the wall and floor. It has a lot of different kinds of candy and restaurant on the top floor.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Now it's for our first ending.
Yes. So, all right. So we say, cool, Dylan's Candy Bar is the best because of the candy walls and floor, because of all the different candies that they have, and because of the restaurant on the top floor.
Yeah.
Am I done?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. So what else do I need?
We kind of need to examine our paperwork to see if we got.
You are reading ahead, sir. Hey, we gotta think of an ending for our paper. Because we gotta.
I'm thinking these are all the reasons why I like Dylan's Candy Bar.
I like it. These are the reasons why I like it. Short, simple, to the point. I think if we were to do it, if we had a lot more reasons, we'd have a little bit longer of a ending. Dogs. But yeah, a nice, good conclusion piece. All right, so topic, reasoning, ending, examine. What do you think the examine part means?
I think the examine part means look through the paperwork and stuff, so that we see if we got all the reasons and details to see if we did it, and if we don't, then we can just add them
in. Absolutely. Okay. So would this be something that would help you, this specific kind of paper, to help you remember to stay on track with your topic?
Pretty much.
Pretty much? Okay. Well, good. Maybe that's something that we can do after we get back. Maybe you can write a paper for me after we get back to give me reasons
about New York?
Yeah. About Dylan's Candy Bar after we visited there. Maybe your reasons for liking it have changed. Or will change.
Well, I actually, in the videos, I just thought it was 2 floors. I didn't think it was 2.
There's a lower, a main, and an upper.
What?
I'm a little obsessed with candy myself. All right. Well, thank you, kind sir, for assisting me on going through the strategy.
Yay.
Yeah. I'd say